I do not respect the idea of Aisha Yesufu and Rufai Oseni going after Kemi Badenoch or Badenoch, whatever her name is. Basically because of the narration that she painted about Nigerian law enforcement, about she denying the fact that she is not a Nigerian, but she associates herself with the Yoruba culture. And she went ahead to bring down Nigerian law enforcement even when they ask her a simple question: what is your perception on the UK police? And she thought about everything around her, and the first thing that came to her mind was Davido was in an interview and they asked him about Nigeria, and he says Nigeria is in a great shambles right now. That means there's nothing to come and do in Nigeria. In fact, why should anyone want to come to Nigeria? And she was like, this is another time for me to also become controversial, so that everyone is going to talk about me everywhere. And possibly she is going to use that, whatever narration she's going to paint, to bring a name to more controversial subjects, so she can become whatever she's actually aspiring to achieve in the UK. In fact, she was willing to support them from making Nigerians or many other African countries to come to the UK. You know, in Nigeria there are always crimes everywhere, and in the UK there are no crimes, right? But the reality is that when Rufai Oseni and Aisha Yesufu begin to scrutinize Kemi Badenoch for her statement, I was kind of, it felt like something is not adding up. And I was like, were these not the same individuals who painted themselves as an activist / journalist, whatever anyone is? And you guys said that what Davido did, or what Davido said on an interview, was okay because he was saying the truth based off his reality. This is the same Davido who is actually making money. His uncle is dancing in Osun State as a governor. He's doing fine. Davido has never worked 9 to 5. And this same person talks about Nigeria economy and he says our economy is in shambles. And when some of us came out to criticize Davido's statement, everyone is like, we that are speaking, we don't have sense. And what were we saying? We were saying that even if our country is not that perfect, it doesn't mean anything good if we start putting our country on a negative light internationally, because they all have their situations. UK, I heard that they used to use a knife. They have knives there, and everybody begins to act like people that are under the spell of super commando. And so I think I think this is criticism for Aisha Yesufu to be upset because Kemi Badenoch is not associating herself with Nigerians. I think Rufai should not be upset because Kemi Badenoch is not associating herself with Nigerians. She only wants to associate herself with the tribe called Yoruba. And that's fair enough for me. I think she's doing well. I think there's nothing anyone should criticize about her. I think she only spoke about her experience. And the other time, she said Nigerian law enforcement stole her shoe or a rubber or something. She said they stole her slippers or shoes. Her experience with Nigerian law enforcement. As bad as Nigerian police are, I have never seen them steal anything like shoes or whatever. Yes, I know our government, most political elite, weaponize poverty not only against the citizen but also to the law enforcement, so that they can always manipulate them and use them for their own self-bidding, just like they did to Dele Farotimi. But you see, there is just one thing to learn. If anyone goes out of Nigeria and says something negative about our country when they had the opportunity to, and we all clap for them because we felt like they were supposed to say it at that particular moment, it was right for them to say, then we should also understand that we are opening the doors for others to criticize Nigeria, to scrutinize Nigeria in any habit. And you know, the biggest problem about Nigerians is this: we know how to cry, we don't know how to act. You know, I thought about Nigeria as a country, and something popped up in my mind. I said, why are we suffering? And I realized one thing about Nigerians. I see that our greatest strength is also our greatest weakness. The reason why we survive, or we are strong and we multiply, is simply because we endure. There is no nation that endures as much as Nigerians. Nigerians are the most enduring people on the surface of this earth. This is the reason why when you put Nigerians on any competitive environment, Nigeria will excel, because they know how to endure. But that was exactly the reason why most Africans were also enslaved, because they endure a lot. If you pick up a Japanese and a Chinese and you take them as your slave, they would eliminate themselves. But if you take an African person, they would endure every single moment. And right now, we are enduring the situations of our country and we are not doing anything about it. We may complain. And sometimes we acknowledge certain things that we should not acknowledge. We celebrate things that we should not celebrate, even in our hardship. We endure when people say negative things about our country. When it gets extreme, we want to complain. The question is, what can we do about it? We are not going to do anything about it. We are only reacting. And so you guys, if you want to, stand as people who have your moral high ground, with Aisha Yesufu Rufai Oseni, the right thing for you guys to do is to be silent. And you guys have to retrace your step and ask yourself, if you allow somebody else, who should have the right to say something negative about Nigeria, and who should not have the right? Because to me it sounds like you guys are acting like our political elite leaders, and I think you guys don't have the right to tell Kemi Badenoch. Did I support anything she says? No. Do I agree with her? No. But I think the only reason why she did that is basically because she knows we support people who bring us down. And you guys, who are also the strong voices in Nigeria, you guys contributed to that fact with the way you supported the video. With that being said, think about your step.
When you are revolutionary and you talk the truth, people will come and slap you down. Then you talk the truth again, they lock you in jail. Them never hear anything at all. Then go hear pansa pansa. When you are revolutionary and you talk the truth, people will come and slap you down. Then you talk the truth again, they lock you in jail. Them never hear anything at all. Then go hear pansa pansa.